bypass traffic study, that the study didn't differentiate between vehicles. So all the vehicles looked the same, all of the vehicles had the same timing, and they didn't make a difference for the longer length diesels, right? The 2 or 3 length diesels that would take more space on the road and would delay the traffic that much further. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So can you build that into your model, the differentiation between, you know, the 4 regular car, truck versus the longer diesels and that percentage that way?
Yeah, I would say yes, just because I've actually seen that on a model that we had on US 40, where it shows the trucks climbing in those climbing lanes, or in the outside lane, and it really messes traffic up.
Exactly. And see, we couldn't see that in the traffic study we were given for the southern bypass part when we were trying to decide on that. And yet, and all the vehicles look the same, and it's not the same impact. So
yes,
please,
correct.
Please, thank you.
And actually, when I was here last time, I showed you the link to our Wasatch County story map where it linked you up to all our studies. And in that, it shows traffic like an AADT that takes into account the trucks. And so it actually modifies it. There's a straight AADT where it tells you, hey, you have 30,000 vehicles here or whatever. But then if you take into consideration the trucks, it actually bumps it up because it does slow things down. So that is actually in that information as well.
Yeah, I would add, UDOT has very good counting of truck traffic versus automobile traffic in these traffic maps that you can get straight from UDOT's website. So you'll see 22% will be large truck traffic versus the 78 that's automobile traffic. So that's already being counted and accounted for. Now what Matt's describing is putting that into the model and projecting it forward in time and saying how much delay does that increase because of the truck traffic.
Also, I just heard an interview that was done over the weekend with some Duchesne County commissioners, and they were saying how many tankers come down the same road, down their main street, and they were saying that there's 63,000 barrels a day that come through their town, and each truck holds about 300 barrels. So they, figuring that out, it's about 210 tankers a day coming through Main Street Heber as well. And some of those are super tankers too. They're not just the one tanker, they're super tankers. So that's the point that Heidi's trying to make is for a traffic study not to take those tankers into account in a traffic study. There's at least 210 a day coming through.
They will be taken into
that
account.
multiplies to 420 a day because they make a return.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I don't think it's 200, I think it's 2,000. You said 600,000 divided by, or was it 60?
No, 63,000 barrels a day and 300 barrels in a truck.
The number's 200.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think the number's 200.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 210.
One way, so
Right.
twice.
So I don't know, they were kind of saying off the top of their head that's how they remembered the numbers to be, but I just wrote down what they said, so I'm not sure that's correct, but that's how they were recalling the number of trucks through their town. So
obviously the traffic study is going to take into account the percentage of trucks, the percentage of doubles, combo trucks, or singles as well. I actually looked at the numbers yesterday. Mike asked me to get him those numbers, and they were 13% singles and 8% combos, so a combination of about 21%. And it's been consistent for the past probably 10 years, about 21 to 22% trucks.
Yeah, 2% combos and 8% singles.
6,000 trucks a day. If you have 30,000 trips, 20% of 30,000.
And the majority are going up into the Uinta Basin from here.
Matt, do you have any update on the pipeline that was supposed to be built from the basin down to Price? Is there any movement on that?
I am not aware of where that is.
Okay, There was also the pipeline that was going to be built up past Morgan and down, Weber Canyon.
Yeah.
Are these just still paper proposals, or, things on gas prices were so high?
Yeah.
I think the pipeline going down 9 Mile Canyon for Wellington is still in the works. They're doing the study on it. They're trying to get the Bureau of Land Management to give them an easement along the road. And if they do that, they'll have an environmental study done because it's already been disturbed. I sit on the CID board, and we funded, I think, $25 million for that study, something like that. They're serious. And that will take 50% of the trucks off the road.
And then, is the study done yet, Steve, or when would it be done?
They're working on it now.
Do you know when?
And I don't know when the date.
Well, when you know that is done, I'm sure all of us would love to hear about that, at least in our city. We'd love to hear about that study.
Their oil company is pushing it because if they can get it down to the railroad, they can get a higher price for the oil. Right now, they're taking a 15 to 20% reduction on each barrel of oil because of the high sulfur in it, and the high wax in this refinery. But if they could send it on to Oklahoma or Texas and get it refined, they'd get a higher market value out of it. So that's how they're hoping to fund that pipeline.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Any other questions? Okay, so thank you.